This week is going to be possibly the biggest week of content in Diamond Dynasty this year. And I think we're starting to finally see the overalls of cards go up enough where people would start taking those face the franchise cards off their teams. So what we're going to do today is go through all of the content drops, discuss what is inbound, my thoughts, and what I think we're going to be getting day by day this week, and go through why I think this week is going to be such a big week and why you're going to need to start deciding on who you may be replacing on your team in the near future. Also, by the way, if you want to check out G Fuel, there's a BOGO sale going on this weekend for Memorial Day. Go to that link in the description down below. You can buy one, get one on a couple tubs. I've been loving the raspberry iced tea flavor. Go check it out in the link below. Give it a go. Let me know how you think about it if you end up getting some. But now let's hop on into this content schedule and go through why I think this is such a big week in Diamond Dynasty. First, we're going to quickly summarize all of the content inbound this week. And a lot of higher overall cards are going to be here this week. I just know it for a fact. If you've been someone who's just been trying to grind out your team, especially if you don't have those live series collections done. First, we have the Summer Circuit qualifiers this weekend. If you want to check that out, check out the link in the description down below if you want to sign up for it. Then we have a new Ranked Seasons award going out on the 30th. New Takashi Legend pitcher and a new Award Series Legend hitter. And the Award Series hitter has been announced. It's a 95 MVP Reggie Jackson, who should be a top tier outfield choice at this point in the game. He's going to be one of the best corner outfielders. They have a little bit of speed to help make up for his lackluster defensive ratings. He'll be a viable outfielder for sure, but that 95 overall is important to take note of, because we have other cards dropping this week that I think are going to be right around that overall. On the 31st, we have a new Takashi collection for a legend hitter. We have a new legend and hitter coming in the event, and we have a new headliner with a hitter. And I think those question marks we'll talk about in just a moment. Lou Gehrig Day content, so a new Lou Gehrig card will likely be inbound. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but you know, a free little program. And then on Friday is the big day of content. We have 30 players coming in the new featured program, a lot like the first featured program of the Face the Franchises, and big Legend and Flashback collection. We're gonna talk about all these things, why they're big, and what you're gonna need to do to prepare to upgrade your team this week. It's gonna be a great time to do so. So if you have not looked at your team and have looked at some of the players you're debating replacing, definitely do. For me, you know, I love Michael Young. He's been fun. I could be hitting a little bit better with this card than I currently am. So I'm looking for a big time shortstop here soon. Could use that good corner outfielder. I've loved David Justice, but there's gonna be better options out there. And honestly, could use a good third baseman, because Albert Pujols, as good as he is, you know, isn't that great versus lefties. So definitely looking to replace him at some point as well. And what you should be doing at this point in the game is looking at your team. If you're someone that has a lot of those face the franchise cards, keep an eye out on the ones you want to replace, because we have a lot of new cards inbound this week, and that Ranked Season award is just the start of it. If you remember, we got new content in the other week in the BR program while the previous featured program was going on, when we had 93 overall cards. The cards that dropped were 93 and 94 overall cards, J.R. Richard and Joe Morgan. And at that point with 93 overalls, you know, they were right on par, if not just a smidgen better than the current cards we had in that current featured program. And now that we have a 95 overall Ranked Season award inbound, this new featured program coming this week is likely going to make me think we're getting 94, 95, or 96 overall cards. I would honestly guess somewhere around 94, 95 more likely, just to keep them on par with whatever Ranked Season awards we're getting. Probably keep them right around the same class of cards, and you know, there will be appeal in using those Ranked Season awards. But this featured program is going to be a lot like the first one, where we had 30 new cards, a lot of new cards to try and throw on our team. You'll be able to get a bunch of them directly for free, I would like to guess. So a lot of new cards will be thrown on people's teams and given a go. So I want to go through exactly what type of cards we can expect out of this content this week, including that new featured program, and what you can keep an eye out for as someone who's played DD a lot. So first, we have a ranked award, like we saw with that Reggie Jackson card. He's a 95. I could see maybe a 96 overall pitcher by chance, you know, could be something more appealing at this point in the game. Whatever, you know, 95, 96 overall players, likely going to be top tier names. However, they're not going to be must uses, I don't think, kind of like in the previous World Series awards we've gotten. Then we have our Takashi collection coming out on the 31st. So in DD, we go to our collections. Now there's going to be a player reward, just like the other Legend and Flashback collections we've gotten, for collecting a certain amount of Takashi cards. We've gotten a few of them recently. We got Delgado, we got Joe Morgan out of the BR program, Trevor Hoffman out of the current event going on. So make sure you scoop up the cards that you can, especially the ones that are available in the featured program. You're gonna be able to collect at least, I would say, 5, 6 of these to get a big name Takashi card. I don't know if it'll be a 99, but likely like a 94, 95, 96 overall name. for people collecting these cards. Then we have a new event with the legend pitcher and hitter rewards. So a few new cards in the event. You know, event rewards have been pretty like okay this year. A lot of these rewards are just going to be no more than, you know, collection fuel and cards for you to stash away. They're good cards, but they aren't must-use cards. And then we have a headliner. What type of card is that? Probably Future Stars. Future Stars fits perfectly in there. And Future Star cards are essentially prospect cards, but essentially projecting what they could look like in the future if they were ever to make it to the bigs and develop the way they could, and giving them like a really good high 90 overall. We're at that point in the game where we're at a new set of cards. The first set of cards last year, we had 42 series, which were current players. Then the next series were Future Stars, at least a good amount of them were. So if this featured program has 30 Future Star cards, or at least a lot of them, that's gonna kind of signify we're gonna see those mid 90 overall cards. And the thing with Future Stars, like not every card that we've gotten in years past are incredible cards. However, there are always a few cards that stand out amongst the rest as really well-rounded hitter and pitching options. May see someone with that good old outlier sinker. Edward Cabrera. So seeing Future Star cards likely inbound with that headliner and with the featured program, we'll see a lot of new cards to throw on teams. And I'm personally very excited to see a program like this. I think we could use some refreshing players to use in our teams. If you're someone like me who has live series collections done, you may be using the same cards for a while. Michael Young's gonna be replaced, I think. I bet Albert Pujols gets replaced for me. David Justice probably gets replaced. I can see Joe Mauer even being replaced. There's a good power hitting catcher. And that's just in the featured program. With that many cards, along with the World Series awards, along with whatever really good 99 overall we're probably gonna get in the big collection. Yes, it should be a 99 overall just because of the large amount of cards you're gonna need to collect. I did talk about prepping for that, by the way. Check out this video up here that I made actually before it was confirmed. All of these things make the stars align that we're gonna get a lot of really good cards to use in DD this week. A lot of upgrades are going to be made on teams. If you're someone who's maybe rocking some live series cards, not named Mike Trout, guys like J-Ram, Manny Machado, maybe you're rocking live series Tatis, these cards are going to be good, but they're likely going to be very, very replaceable at this point. You can still use them and finally find success with them, but it seems like these cards that we're going to get are usually kind of tough to deny with the attributes they bring to the table. So I'm personally very excited to see a bunch of refreshing new cards on teams, and I'll personally be trying and reviewing as many of these cards as possible. Sub to the channel, check out the gameplays that I debut, the tier list that I do. We'll be covering all of these cards and the new content we're getting this week, and also trying to get these collections done ASAP to let you know if they're worth it or not. But that's gonna be it for this video here. Hope you all enjoyed this style of video where we just sit down and chat, discuss the state of DD and stuff that's inbound. Like I mentioned, it's gonna be a big week of content, so I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. We will be trying a lot of these cards on the Twitch channel as well, so make sure you swing by there down below. Give us a follow over there. We are live usually each day in the evening time. I'm excited to see all these new changes in DD, and I hope you are too. And I'll see you all again on the next video tomorrow. Deuces.